So, after a lengthy intro, which looked interesting and made me feel tired at the same time, you find yourself in what looks to be some sort of dungeon. Publisher and developer Team Kill Media says that you are forsaken and betrayed by your own order. Fight back against the forces of a long forgotten realm as you try to save existence from the evil of a usurper king in pursuit of what lies beyond immortality. This is touched on in the beginning, and you will soon forget about it as you move around in the surrounding area. Starting out, you will need to get the torch and read the scrolls that are lying on the ground, which are pretty close to your feet. The scrolls will give you a bit of info on what you have to do as they were left by a previous tenant. You'll notice that there are tons of bones everywhere, mostly skeletons. Don't worry, they can't hurt you. To me, the game plays like Dark Souls without a stamina bar. In my gameplay, there was no upgrade path or anything that could change your stats. As a matter of fact, you don't even get that. I guess this could be categorized as an adventure slasher survival game. First thing you'll have to do is collect some items so you can get the warp gate open or whatever it's called. There are 4 items that must be found and they are scattered in the dungeon area. There is no map to track your progress, so you'll have to go on site. In my mind, the dungeon had a north, west, east, and south point. Think of it like a dartboard with the center being your respawn. The creatures you will encounter in this area are spiders. These things are quick and can easily sneak up on you. Just keep your eyes open when moving through the areas or cramped spaces. They can jump and are very agile. The second is the skeleton. These creatures can run faster than you, and if they see you, like most creatures, they act like a heat-seeking missile to your location. Skeletons attack with their hands and will leave themselves open after an attack. It looks stupid, but take advantage of it. The third creature in this area are skeletons with no legs with some type of glow. Keep your distance until you are ready to attack. I don't know if it's a problem with the game, but they can hurt you without touching you. I find this kind of cheap. They are also slow and a couple of strikes should kill them. The fourth is the undead creature with a missing head and arm. They walk aimlessly and still can hold on to your location if they spot you. Some enemies have kickback, so if you are fighting by a ledge and get hit, you may go flying. In your exploration, you will find health potions that will replenish what you have lost, with the downside being that you cannot stock the item. The game looks okay for what it is. It's dark, creepy, and on my monitor I could barely see. You have a one-time chance to set the gamma when booted, but I never seen the option again. The music is okay and is faint. I guess you could call it just eerie sounds and voices. There's also beams of light that shine down from the surface, which adds a bit of atmosphere. After collecting a dagger, some keys, and the quest items, I was able to get out. I was able to grab a sword from a dead body and go to battle against 3 bosses. This was just quite aggravating as I got killed multiple times. I finally started using the strafe button along with using the environments to my advantage, hiding around pillars and then lashing out with my attack. Making it out led me to my next save point, and the process starts all over. This new area had some other enemies to fight, such as shirtless armed guards, armored guards, and undead with glowing eyes. I made it through this passage to the 3rd save point and was able to fight another boss character. He could be a mid-boss, I'm not sure. Anyway, you get some more exposition and then you start to fight. There's a pattern to the bosses that I have fought, so just memorize and repeat. After I died, I just quit because I've just had enough. I played Kings of Lorn with an RTX 2060 with an i7-9750. The settings were maxed out with blur set to off. Nothing was undervolted or overclocked because there was no need. Average temp for the GPU was bouncing between 65 and 70 degrees. while the CPU was a little warm, averaging around 86. FPS averaged 84 FPS, and that's something I can't complain about. At the time, there are no reviews on Metacritic or OpenCritic. However, there are some small sites, and that was just a few that I have found. Over on Steam, the game has gotten mixed reviews with 8 negatives out of a total of 32. Some things I hate about the game are randomly taking damage without making contact with the enemy, some of the same enemies taking more or less hits than usual, enemies getting stuck on walls or behind things, my character getting stuck, the ladders, it's difficult to get off and you have to climb higher to perform the action. Things I do like about the game are the visuals, the sounds, the art style, and in a way, having no stamina bar. The save points are decently close, and as far as I know, the enemies don't respawn. Well, at least in my game. Falling from great heights or from a ladder doesn't do significant damage, which is a plus. The game has a cheat menu for those that are interested, and this allows you to have invincibility and infinite ammo. These are not usable until the prerequisites are complete. If you are thinking of picking this up, don't go in thinking Dark Souls. You will be disappointed. You may want to think of this as just a hack and slash adventure with some horror thrown in. Make sure you save often and you may make it out alive. I think the game needs some more work, as this game has some potential to be a great title. Maybe work on some of the enemy AI to give them some different scripts instead of just moving towards you. Well, this wraps up my thoughts on the game Kings of Lorn, and if you want more like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until then, I'll see you next time. Meanpooh, out.
never see. Ebris was meant to conquer, not protect the weak. All of us knew that you would never do what must be done to usher us into the new world. Lorn promised us infinite power and life. From the ashes of this darkness, we will arise and serve Bergam as the new kings of Lorn.